A world fractured, its economies in ruin. Societies tore at their own seams, fear a pervasive, suffocating shroud. From the ashes of engineered chaos, a desperate longing for salvation began to bloom. The global stage was set for a grand deception. Economic instability, a carefully orchestrated collapse, left nations reeling. Inflation gnawed at the very fabric of daily life, turning sustenance into a luxury. Social unrest simmered, then boiled over. Chants echoed through city streets, giving way to protests, then to violence. A pervasive sense of fear gripped humanity, fueled by unseen viruses, deepening societal divisions, and the heavy hand of government actions. This engineered desperation created a profound longing. People yearned for stability, for order, for any semblance of certainty. They sought a beacon in the encroaching darkness. Religious institutions, once bastions of solace, now sought answers with increasing urgency. Churches, synagogues, and mosques grappled with the unfolding despair. New cults, promising instant salvation, emerged from the shadows, preying on the vulnerable. Even the secular world, devoid of traditional faith, began to search for its own savior. They sought a leader, a technology, a philosophy to pull them back from the precipice. This was the Cabal's engineered paradox. Fear, meticulously cultivated, primed the populace for manipulation. Desperate people would focus on when a savior arrived, not who that savior truly was. Their discernment, dulled by terror, became a weapon against them. Early manifestations of false hope began to surface. Whispers of prophets spread across continents. From the arid plains of Africa to the bustling cities of Latin America and the ancient lands of Europe. Each Messiah was tailored to specific fears and desires. Some promised bread, others miraculous health, still others a glorious future. The Cabal observed these nascent movements, not as threats, but as opportunities. They were testing the waters, preparing for a far grander play. The stage was set for archetypes of deception to emerge. Each figure, a carefully crafted illusion designed to ensnare a specific segment of the desperate populace. Their methods were diverse, their promises intoxicating. In the sprawling favelas of São Paulo, a street prophet rose. He was a charismatic figure, promising divine intervention, speaking of fire and blood. His followers, driven by desperation and poverty, clung to his every word. Authorities, overwhelmed by the popular fervor, found themselves powerless. The prophet's influence grew, a testament to the raw hunger for hope. He was a prototype, a proof of concept for larger deceptions. Then came the digital prophet, known only as the Ascendant. He utilized cutting-edge technology, streaming his sermons across the globe. His message blended futurism with promises of transcendence and eternity through machines. He conjured miracles with breathtaking graphics and illusions. The line between trickery and truth blurred, dissolving into a digital haze. His followers believed they were witnessing the dawn of a new technological god. From West Africa, the cult of the healer gained prominence. This figure promised physical healing through touch, claiming a new covenant that replaced old gods. Their fame spread, attracting global attention and donations. Traditional religious authorities raised concerns, but their warnings were drowned out. The promise of immediate relief from suffering was too powerful to resist. This healer offered a tangible, albeit false, hope. In the heart of Berlin, the unifier emerged. An eloquent leader, he promoted unity across all religions, weaving together scriptures from different faiths. He appealed to a deep-seated desire for peace and harmony. Many saw him as a visionary, a bridge builder. Others, more cynical, viewed him as a politician in messianic garb, his true intentions shrouded in ambiguity. He was a master of inclusive rhetoric, designed to disarm. Behind these rising figures, the Cabal's machinery worked in chilling synchronicity. Rappaport's networks controlled the narrative, amplifying chosen figures and silencing critics with ruthless efficiency. Finkelstein's foundations funneled vast sums of money through NGOs. This financial support provided the infrastructure for these false messiahs to flourish, their operations seemingly legitimate. Horowitz's digital platforms boosted followers and spread messages with unprecedented reach. Algorithms were weaponized, ensuring maximum exposure for the Cabal's chosen puppets. These false messiahs were not organic phenomena. They were nurtured, curated, and unleashed with strategic precision. The Cabal's ultimate goal was to fracture faith itself, to drown out the real Messiah in a cacophony of manufactured hope. The followers, diverse in origin, were united by a common thread: desperation, loneliness, and an overwhelming desire for certainty bound them together. They flocked to promises, even if those promises were laced with lies. They were ultimately trapped in cages of deception, built by their own yearning. Ancient prophecies, once sacred texts, became tools for manipulation. The Cabal understood the power of deeply held beliefs, twisting them to serve their own dark agenda. They sought to counterfeit the very essence of divine expectation. In Iran, the shadow of the Mahdi loomed large. Clerics preached the imminent return of the 12th Imam, their voices amplified by the Cabal's unseen hand. Politicians framed national actions as preparation for his reign, stirring fervent nationalism. Youth militias rallied under his banner, their zeal a potent weapon. The Cabal aimed to counterfeit this prophecy, to present a false Mahdi, indistinguishable from the true one in the eyes of the faithful. In Jerusalem, Jewish anticipation for the Messiah reached a fever pitch. Rabbis interpreted current events as undeniable signs of his proximity. Whispers of temple rebuilding and coming miracles filled the air, fueling a profound hope. Deceivers emerged, claiming messianic lineage or divine visions. Foreign powers, secretly Cabal agents, funded and fanned this confusion. They sought to introduce a false messiah, one who would lead the faithful astray. The unifier's gambit spread across Europe. His message of one divine source permeated political spheres, subtly eroding distinct religious truths. Interfaith councils, seemingly benign, diluted the unique tenets of each faith. Pope Ferdinand's encyclicals, cloaked in calls for global unity, prepared the way for a counterfeit kingdom. His words, seemingly benevolent, laid the groundwork for a universal religion, devoid of true spiritual depth. Hope itself became a tool of deception. Narratives were meticulously tailored for different groups: a false Mahdi for Muslims, a counterfeit Messiah for Jews, a unifying figure for Christians, and a scientific, technological savior for the secular world. The methods employed were chillingly effective. Artificial miracles, staged events, and sophisticated cyber warfare blurred reality. Deepfake technology created convincing illusions, making the impossible seem real. Aballah's binder, a chilling compendium, recorded every detail of these counterfeit prophecies. At the heart of this global charade stood the architects of deception. The 12, a shadowy council, orchestrated every move, every whisper of false hope. Aballah's leadership guided the intricate, terrifying plan. Their control mechanisms were absolute. Rappaport's broadcasts held sway over public perception, elevating or suppressing figures at will. The narrative was a weapon, wielded with surgical precision. Finkelstein's financial control was pervasive. Funding flowed through a labyrinth of NGOs, ensuring that every false prophet had the resources to thrive. Money was the lifeblood of their grand illusion. Horowitz's digital manipulation was the most insidious. His platforms, soon to be augmented by Neuralink, promised direct mind broadcasts. The very thoughts of humanity would become a canvas for their lies. Vance's plan for strategic martyrdom was particularly chilling, creating martyrs for marketing, turning sacrifice into a tool for propaganda. Even death would serve their ultimate agenda. Pope Ferdinand, a figure of immense spiritual authority, played a crucial role. His unity encyclicals prepared the way for a counterfeit kingdom, aiming to unite all faiths under a false premise. He was a shepherd, leading his flock to a preordained slaughter. The ultimate goal was terrifyingly clear: to sow confusion and division with a multitude of false messiahs, to prepare the world, softened by despair and fractured by conflicting hopes, for a single, ultimate false messiah. Abballah, closing his ominous binder, smiled. The plan was proceeding perfectly.